Good morning. It's good to see all of you online today. I'm Robin Hale with the OUUC Tech Team. We are leading worship from several locations today, so you will see the service move back and forth between us. We'll also be using the chat box throughout the service to post song lyrics and to share from the heart. There is a new feature to our Zoom experience, subtitles. Zoom has added automated closed captioning, and we have enabled this feature for those of you who would like to use it. It's easy enough to alter your settings. Find the CC button at the bottom of your screen and click it to see options. You can hide subtitles or click subtitle settings to change the text size. This feature is imperfect, especially when translating song lyrics. Feel free to hide subtitles during hymns if they are distracting. We can expect some tech glitches as we continue to do all we can to optimize our connections. We appreciate the grace as we all remember, it's about connection, not perfection. Last, I hope you will find a candle or a chalice. In a moment, we can light them together. Thank you for your grace and adaptability as we all learn together.
Good morning. Let's sing together. We'll start in the Till hymn book, hymn number 1063, the Winter Solstice Chant, or you can find the lyrics for the hymns in the chat. Children of the earth, we have come to sing to each other, sister and brother, songs of our mother earth. Children of the earth, autumn soon will sing her last breath, and quick will her death bear witness to winter's birth. Children of the earth, can you feel the breath getting cold as darkness takes hold and sleep covers Mother Earth? Children of the earth, we have come to sit in the darkness, breathe in the silence, think of our Mother Earth. Thank you for singing.
Good morning. Welcome to the Olympia Unitarian Universalist Congregation online worship service. The OUUC community comes together in the mutual promises and possibilities of our covenant. We commit to live out our mission to be a liberal religious community that opens minds, fills hearts, and transforms lives. We are so glad you are here today. My name is Curtis Tanner. I use he, him, and I'm a member of the worship arts team. Leading worship with me today is our minister, the Reverend Mary Gear, Sarah Lewis, our Director of Community and Faith Development, and Troy Fisher, our music director. We give thanks to the tech team and the OUUC media specialist, Joe Salin, for providing technical support today. And thanks to Darlene Sarkala, our administrator, for keeping us informed and connected. And we are so grateful for the many hands that help make worship happen this morning. We welcome each of you to this celebration of love and wonder and to this congregation. After the service, we invite you to stay online for a virtual coffee chat. This is a chance to get together in small groups to say hello and check in. Each breakout room will be hosted by someone to help make sure everyone knows each other and has a chance to share. Reverend Mary will offer a reflection question to get the conversation started. We do hope you'll stay. I want to draw your attention to the order of service, which includes our announcements available on the website. Plan to join the OUUC youth this afternoon for a time of crafting together on Zoom. Crafting. Bring your favorite crafting project and join in from 12:30 to 2 p.m. The link is on the OUUC website. We have another opportunity for community connection with Christmas pals. Much like our lovely Thanksgiving pals, this will be an opportunity to sign up to either give or receive a Christmas meal or dish. Contact Sarah Lewis to sign up. This Thursday spiritual practice is our Christmas Eve service at 5:30 p.m. Join Sarah, Troy, and Reverend Mary for a time of stories, music, and reflection. This is our traditional candlelight service, and this year, please don't forget to bring your own candle. Check the website for the Thursday evening link. There are so many opportunities to stay connected to our community because social distancing doesn't mean social isolation. Please check the website regularly. If you have questions or need help, please check in with a staff member. Now, let us open our hearts and minds and prepare for worship. Welcome, everyone. It is good to be together. This morning and every Sunday morning, we join Unitarian Universalist congregations around the world in lighting a chalice, the symbol of our faith tradition. Please join me as we light our chalices together with these words from Sharon Wiley. This solstice, in honor of ancient traditions that celebrate this time of the longest night, we observe that the flaming chalice still holds the elements of the four directions: earth, air, fire, water. The lamp oil for earth, the air that feeds the flame, the fire we light, and the chalice itself, the cup, the symbol of water. We light our chalice and reflect on the light we need to guide us through these hard times. The light of our shared faith, the light of loving community, the light of love, joy, and hope.
Good morning. This morning marks the fourth Sunday of the season of Advent. Many faith traditions use fire, candles, and light as part of their celebrations this time of year. In the Christian tradition, Advent is the beginning of the church year, looking toward the birth of Jesus and the celebration of spiritual light. Unitarian Universalism is a faith with roots in Christianity. Some UUs today identify as Christian and others don't. Yet, during the season of Advent, we all have something we can find illuminating, comforting, challenging, or fulfilling by reinterpreting old traditions. This year, as we light the candles throughout the season of waiting, let us remember to be fully present in the moment, with each other, with ourselves, and with the source of blessing as we understand it to be. These past 3 Sundays, we've lit candles for hope, peace, and joy. Today, we light the 4th candle for love, a reminder that there is no greater power than love. Through this community, we can become a blessing to one another. Our love is magnified and lives are changed. May we risk enough to become vulnerable and welcome holy tenderness. Our opening words this morning are offered by the Reverend Rebecca Parker. Perhaps for a moment, the typewriters will stop clicking, the wheels stop rolling, the computers desist from computing, and a hush will fall over the city. For an instant, in the stillness, The chiming of the celestial spheres will be heard as Earth hangs poised in the crystalline darkness and then gracefully tilts. Let there be a season when holiness is heard and the splendor of living is revealed. Stunned to stillness by beauty, we remember who we are and why we are here. There are inexplicable mysteries. We are not alone. In the universe, there moves a wild one whose gestures alter Earth's axis toward love. In the immense darkness, everything spins with joy. The cosmos unfolds us and enfolds us. We are caught in a web of stars, cradled in a swaying embrace, rocked by the holy night, babes of the universe. Let this be the time we wake to life, like spring wakes in the moment of winter solstice. Come, let us worship together.
Let's sing together hymn number 55, Dark of Winter. Dark of winter, soft and still, your quiet calm surrounds me. Let my thoughts go where they will, ease my mind profoundly, and then my soul will sing a song, a blessed song of love eternal. Gentle darkness, soft and still, bring your quiet to me. Darkness, soothe my weary eyes, that I may see more clearly. When my heart with sorrow cries, comfort and caress me. And then my soul may hear a voice, a still small voice of love eternal. Darkness, when my fears arise, let your peace flow through me.
Our story today is based on a picture book by John Rocco. Everything was normal that night. The city was bustling and busy. Maybe too busy. Everyone inside was also busy. Busy working on their computers or on their phones. Busy watching TV, busy cooking dinner, busy, busy. John wanted to play a board game, but everyone was too busy. Since there was no one to play with, John went off to play a video game by himself. And then it happened. Everything went dark. All the lights, all the electricity, all the computers and phones, everything just went dark. "Mom!" cried John, and Mom came running with a flashlight. The whole family gathered round. It was true. It was a complete blackout. They found some candles. They lit them and sat together. It turned out that Dad knew how to make cool shadow puppets. That was fun for a while. And then they had a thought. What if they went upstairs? All the way upstairs in their apartment building, all the way up to the roof. They did. They climbed and climbed. And when they came out on the roof, they saw the most amazing sight. The stars. Why, normally they couldn't see the stars from where they lived because there were so many lights in the city. But with all the lights in the city out, suddenly they saw an amazing light show of stars. Looking around, they saw that other people had had the same idea too. It looked like everyone in the city was outside looking up at the stars. Well, the power came back on again and everything went back to normal. But not everyone liked what had been normal before. John's family decided that, in fact, they would like to play a board game. Thus ends today's story.
We take a moment now to recognize the work of Reverend Carol McKinley, OUUC's affiliated community minister. Reverend Carol has been a part of OUUC for many years and has served in many roles. This month, she will transition out of the staff position as Faith in Action Coordinator and continue her work for justice within OUUC and in the larger community on behalf of OUUC. So we take a moment to offer our gratitude to Reverend Carol. Steve Tilley and Tim Ransom have some thoughts to share.
Carol McKinley is my action hero. For years, she's been the spark plug and role model for our Faith in Action team. She's encouraged us to dream bigger and act larger than we thought possible on issues like diversity, racism, climate change, environmental justice, criminal justice, homelessness, and poverty. Carol has been ready to support any project as long as it was consistent with our UU principles. She was my collaborator, supporter, and mentor in organizing many Justice Not Jails events, including candidate debates, presentations by elected officials and advocacy groups, and movie nights. Carol acted as official OUUC presence at these events and served as a calm moderator, maintaining civility and balance.
I think it is safe to say that Carol is literally the personification of the adage often heard around town that UUs always show up for any social justice event or issue, for marches, meetings, witnessings, and celebrations. I doubt that any of us can remember the last time we joined a rally or a march downtown in which Carol wasn't present, usually in the lead and waving a UU banner or speaking. And we all know how authentic and pervasive a speaker she is. Carol's commitment to causes is awesome. To quote Thurston Talk, when incidences of violence or hate happen in our community, the call goes out and Carol lines up with many others in front of the mosque or synagogue, so worshipers going to services see their love and support. Carol was a founding member of the Concerned Clergy of Olympia, faith leaders that coordinate local interfaith responses to injustices and engage others to participate. The Concerned Clergy has been a major player in our community's response to the homeless encampment under the 4th Avenue Bridge and the development of New Hope Village. In 2019, Carol received the Evan Ferber Peacemaker Leadership Award from the Dispute Resolution Center of Thurston County, honoring her as, quote, an individual who has demonstrated a commitment to peacemaking and community service through strengthening civil discourse and civic harmony, end quote.
Carol has been a major player in organizing UU Voices for Justice in Washington State. She has provided testimony on many bills before the legislature on a variety of issues. She's provided consistent, strong support for poverty and homelessness programs. Carol met regularly with homeless folks.
As one member of the Faith in Action leadership team said, quote, Carol has been an exemplary UU voice for both faith and action. She has a clear and calm vision of possible actions and embodies kindness and firm commitment to community wellness. Compassionate, with a great sense of humor, yet driven and tireless in pursuit of social justice and equity. What an incredible asset Carol is to our community and our faith.
Thank you, Steve and Tim. Reverend Carol, on behalf of the OUUC community, thank you for your service and for your lifelong commitment to peace and justice. We so look forward to continuing our work together as we seek to bend the arc of the universe toward justice. Thank you. We came together in community this morning, bringing all that is in our lives. In this space, we draw on the strength of our community to listen deeply in the silence and stillness and hold all that we bring here with us. If you would like to send in something to share, please look for the link on the online worship page on the website or send me an email and we'll bring it into the service next week. In this space, we share from our hearts what brings us joy and sorrow, and what brings us delight and worry, what makes us dance, and what makes us anxious. Let's open our hearts to the complexity of life, ours and others. You will hear a drum beat as we share today. It brings into our awareness that our individual hearts beat, and together we create the heartbeat of our community. Right now, let's take a breath together as we open our hearts to receive the complexity of all that is in our lives and community today. Trish Ocean asks for blessings for safe passage on their drive to Memphis, Tennessee for Christmas, as she, Orion, and their dog Lady travel to say goodbye to Trish's grandmother, who is at the end of life. Trish and Orion, we send our love, thoughts, and protection to you on your journey, and safe passage to your grandmother on her journey as well. Fritz and Gail Reedy are grateful for all the care and support they have received this week after Fritz had a stent placed in one of his cardiac arteries. He is doing well and is thankful for the skill and care of the staff at St. Pete's Hospital. Fritz, we send you healing thoughts and care. I invite you now to share from your heart by entering in the chat box on your screen. This is a time to share all that you wish, joys and sorrows and whatever else is shared from your heart. As we take in what is posted, let us hear the heartbeat of our community and reach out our hearts in love and care to all those who share. I place a stone in the water for all that has been shared from the heart, a stone holding the complexity of our lives, held in the water of community. And one more stone in the water for all that we hold in our hearts and that remains unspoken. I invite you now into a time of reflection, prayer, and meditation. Infinite web of life, spirit of love, mystery that dwells in darkness. In this moment of stillness, may we remember to breathe, for there is always a call to motion. In this moment of silence, may we remember to listen deeply, for there is always a still, small voice. In this moment of holiness, may we remember to reach out, for there is always connection. We are not alone. Let's hold a moment of silence together.
has a gentle voice, so still, so pure. Slow down, be still, be still and wait. Let the Spirit bring hope. Slow down and hear its voice, and know that we are loved, and
Our prayers and meditations deepen our gratitude for what we know as sacred in our lives and in this world. Each Sunday, we express our gratitude by joining together in service to our community and to something greater than ourselves. The offering collected here does two things. It supports the ongoing work of OUUC, which is also supported by your regular pledges. This offering also supports an organization that serves our community in harmony with our Unitarian Universalist values. This month, our Share the Plate recipient is Senior Services for South Sound. They appreciate our support of their mission to improve the quality of life for people as they age so they can enjoy life to the fullest. Senior Services for South Sound continues their work even during the pandemic with Meals on Wheels, transportation, Do You Know a Senior in Need, and other valuable programs to meet the needs of seniors. They enhance the quality of life for our seniors as well through online enrichment classes and virtual fellowship. Please note that you can participate in the offering by making a donation online, through the church website, or by texting the number that will appear on your screen in just a moment. May the offering now be generously given as it is gratefully received.
The truth I knew when I was 8. My dad swam the length of Spirit Lake. Yeah, it must have been a million miles. This I knew was true. My mother sang while hanging clothes. Her notes weren't perfect, heaven knows. Yeah, but heaven opened anyway. This I knew was true. Leaves don't drop, they just let go and make a space for seeds to grow. And every season brings a change. A tree is what a seed contains. To die, then live is life's refrain. I left her with some groceries, said check the oil and call me please. She said, hey Ma, I'll be just fine. This I knew was true. Leaves don't drop, they just let go and make a space for seeds to grow. And every season brings a change. A tree is what a seed contains. To die, then live as life's refrain. I've traveled through my history, from certainty to mystery. God speaks in rhymes and paradox. This I know is true. And finally, when my life is through, I'm what I am, not what I do. It comes down to you and your next breath. This I know is true. And leaves don't drop, they just let go and make a space for seeds to grow. And every season brings a change. A tree is what a seed contains. To die, then live is life's refrain.
Thank you, Liz. And thanks to all of you for your generous gifts. Today's reading is The Last Leaf by David M. Horst, adapted for today. Once, many gray autumns ago, I came upon a poplar tree that had dropped all of its leaves but one, just one. Exactly one leaf remained near the topmost part of the tree, fluttering in the breeze like a little reddish-brown flag. I stopped and looked and marveled at the sight. I wondered what the odds might be that I was the one person who happened to arrive at that one tree at that one moment when but one leaf remained. What were the odds? I felt an instant kinship with that one leaf. I admired its stubbornness. I spoke to it. Hang on. Never give up. Don't let go. I gazed at the last leaf for a time, though I did not stay to witness its falling. I did not want to witness its falling. The leaf was not ready to let go and drop silently to the ground, and neither was I, though I knew we both would, in time, let go. I praised the last leaf on that autumn day many years ago when I was still young. I walked on slowly, imperceptibly. A sense of calm came over me, a sense of acceptance, a sense of peace. The exuberance of summer is gone. Grand plans and high hopes give way to chilly reality. We loved as best we could. We've reaped as much as we could. We've traveled life's journey as far as we could. We count our blessings and our losses. All leaves must fall. The circle of the year comes around. Our hemisphere tilts away from the sun. Green turns to gold. Life returns to the soil. Animals retreat. The nights grow long. The natural world soon lies fallow. The season of letting go comes as it always comes. Winter begins. This ends our reading.
Leaves don't drop, they just let go and make a space for seeds to grow. And every season brings a change. A tree is what a seed contains. die than live is life's refrain. Life's refrain. Life's refrain.
Tomorrow is the winter solstice, the shortest day and the longest night of the year. And while science tells us that it is the tilt of the Earth's axis as we rotate around the sun that causes the longest night, there is something magical about this time. The seasons change from autumn to winter, and we know the days will get longer with the coming of spring. This year, we look to the stars. And as we look to the stars, the winter solstice is even more magical, with a celestial event that has not visibly occurred for almost 400 years. The planets Jupiter and Saturn will be in conjunction, meaning the two planets will be close together, astronomically anyway. While the planets come together every 20 years, this year, the planets will be unusually close, so they appear to be touching, creating what some call a bright Christmas star. I hope we'll be able to stargaze tomorrow evening on this magical night. Jupiter is the Roman god of the sky and thunder. Saturn is the Roman god of regeneration, periodic renewal, and liberation. I've been wondering what it means that these two mythological gods will be so close together this season. Thunder and regeneration, storms and liberation. Somehow, those images seem to fit well as we approach the end of this extraordinary year. As we come to the shortest day and longest night, let's take a moment to acknowledge the dark times of this year. In the US, we are experiencing the highest daily infection and death rates of the pandemic, with 315,000 people lost, and now losing one person every 33 seconds. Racial injustice and hate crimes are at an all-time high. Systemic racism, classism, and other oppressions are more entrenched than ever before. The institutions of our government and democracy have been assaulted and are badly damaged. Trust is strained. Respect and civility are rare. There is so much that we have had to let go of. And these can feel like dark times in so many ways. Lately, for hope and inspiration, I have turned to the words of activist and civil rights lawyer Valerie Kaur. Kaur is of the Sikh faith, grounded in her family and community's experience of discrimination, especially in the US following 9/11. You may recall that the first person killed in a hate crime after the terrorist attacks of 9/11 was a Sikh man, mistaken for a Muslim and targeted for wearing a turban. Kaur speaks eloquently of her fear and anguish in the aftermath of the 2016 election, as white nationalists saw that moment as their rise to power and hate crimes skyrocketed. As she held her infant son, shaking weeping and breathless. Cor realized that she had last felt that way when she was in labor, giving birth. The most painful stage of labor is transition, the stage that can feel like death but brings new life. And Cor's words have been recited these past years as a beacon of hope in dark times. She says, quote, "What if the darkness in our nation, in our world right now, what if this darkness is not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb? Not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb." On this longest night in the dark of winter, what if we embrace the darkness not of death, but of new life? The fertile soil that fallen leaves create to hold and nurture seeds until spring. As we await the arrival of a holy child, the light of the world, what if we embrace the darkness of the womb? Transition is not easy. No one promised that it would be. And we are in a great transition in our world, in our nation, our community, our faith, and in our hearts. We will not return to normal again. And besides, normal wasn't working so well for many of us anyway. There is pain and anguish and opportunity for something new. There are no guarantees, and there is great possibility. This winter solstice, I invite us to embrace the darkness. Notice what is being held in the darkness of the womb, waiting for the light, shining on the path to what is possible. And perhaps in that darkness, we might just find a tiny bit of magic. In this moment now, I invite you into a guided meditation into the darkness, inspired by the words of Sherry Woodbury and Cynthia Fredo. So settle in wherever you are. Relax your hands and arms, shoulders and neck. You may wish to close your eyes to shut out the distraction of the light. And let's take a deep breath, a slow, deep breath as we begin. With your vision softened, notice what your other senses are telling you. You may feel some pressure in your body. Release any signs of tension in your body that you notice. Soften your neck. Relax your shoulders, arms, legs. Breathe in, breathe out. You may notice sensations like a tingling muscle or a ticklish feeling on the skin, whatever comes to your awareness. That's okay, just acknowledge it in the silence. And turn your attention to the sounds around you. What do you notice? You might hear your own breathing or a growling stomach, perhaps traffic in the street, rain falling, or wind blowing outside. And acknowledging the sounds outside, let's turn our focus inward now. Thoughts may float through your consciousness. You can just let them float on by. Feelings may bubble up from some deeper place within you. You don't have to name them or put any words to them. Just notice if there is anything there for you with gentle acceptance. And now imagine your body and mind are filled with darkness and silence, like the deep, dark night in the wilderness or the forest. Take comfort in that stillness, the restfulness of this place, this space within you. Just rest in this inner darkness, knowing that you are safe in this moment. You can simply be. Breathe in, breathe out. In the darkness and stillness within, sense the healing powers of your body, the amazing ability of our soft animal body to create new cells and restore balance. In the darkness and stillness within, sense the creative powers of our minds and hearts. From the mysterious inner regions comes all poetry and music. From the inner dark emerges all sculpture and dance, all the art and cultures of humanity. In the darkness and the stillness within, sense a connection to all that is and the flame that fuels our passion for justice. In that darkness, sense consciousness itself, the great unsolved mystery of science, which resides in the deep unknown of each of us. Breathe in, breathe out. Rest a while longer in the darkness with humility and awe and gratitude for all the powers of darkness within us. And as we rest in the darkness and stillness, I offer this prayer. to the weaver of molecules, the spinner of stars, the impulse that gives birth to the universe, to Earth, to us. In the deepest, darkest night of our wintered souls, we wrap ourselves in a blanket of sadness and grief, doubts and concerns, fears and questions, and we look out from wondering eyes toward the light. Each luminescent ray will help us see more clearly the embers of love and hope and possibility that dwell within each one of us. The womb of our becoming has been one of struggle and transformation. In the deepest, darkest night of our wintered souls, we wait for the source of all being to create within us the change necessary for our rebirth. Spring will come again. May we be ready for emergence and unfolding into the light, reawakened, renewed, reborn. Let's be in silence together.
Let's sing together our closing hymn, hymn number 352, Find a Stillness. Find a stillness, hold a stillness, let the stillness carry me. Find the silence, hold the silence, let the silence carry me. In the stillness, by the stillness, with the Spirit giving power, I will find true harmony. Seek the essence, hold the essence, let the essence carry me. Let me flower, help me flower, watch me flower, carry me. In the Spirit, by the Spirit,
Please join me as we extinguish our chalices together with these words from Kevin Jago. When the candle dims, the wax almost spent, the light turns amber like sunset. Still it provides light. Still it provides heat. Still it can kindle new flame and pass its glow on and contribute to new illumination. When sunsets turn to new days, the seasons transform all. When the candle dims, all is not lost. Hope continues, uncertain and true, like candlelight, ready to spark again. All is not lost. May we move in peace.
Let's sing together our unison benediction.